Good morning, this is Josiah Pike with Alaska's News Source. The FBI Anchorage Field Office is now warning that they've seen an increase in reported fraud schemes targeting Alaskans through unsolicited phone calls where scammers are impersonating law enforcement or government officials to extort money or steal personally identifiable information. Now, this was stated in a release put out earlier today by the FBI Anchorage Field Office, but what they've been noticing is that some criminal scammers have been representing themselves as officials from the FBI, as well as other state, local, or federal law enforcement agencies across the state, and contacting victims using spoofed phone numbers and a variety of other tactics to appear legitimate. Now, the scammers have been accusing the victims of not reporting for jury duty or missing a court date, and they've also made claim an arrest warrant has been issued against them. Now, scammers pressure and instruct the victim to immediately pay a fine to avoid arrest or other negative consequences. And also to increase the perceived legitimacy of these fraud or impersonation scams, scammers have been using AI to provide official-looking court documents or may already have personal identifiable information about the victim. Now, let's take a look real quick at the statement from the FBI, although the full story can be found on our website, alaskasnewssource.com. In 2024, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center received over 17,000 complaints regarding government impersonation scams, with victim losses exceeding $405 million nationwide and $1.3 million in the state. Now, government and law enforcement impersonation scams come in various forms and most commonly through phone calls and emails, and they exploit intimidation tactics. Scammers spoof authentic phone numbers and names and use fake credentials of well-known government and law enforcement agencies, making fraud calls appear legitimate. Scammers have also been using an urgent, aggressive tone, refusing to speak to or leave a message with anyone other than the targeted victim, and will urge victims not to tell anyone else, including family, friends, or financial institutions. And payment is demanded in various forms, with the most prevalent being cash inserted into cryptocurrency, ATMs, prepaid cards, and wire transfers. Now, the FBI has been advising the public to avoid becoming a victim of the scam or any other fraud scheme by taking a beat, which just means to rest and think about things through before acting, and resisting these pressure tactics and taking time to assess if the situation is in fact real. And the FBI encourages Alaskans not to provide or verify personal identifiable information to someone they've only met online or through unsolicited contact. So once again, just kind of repeating some of the key points here, the FBI Field Office in Anchorage has seen an increase in reported fraud schemes that have been targeting Alaskans through unsolicited phone calls where scammers impersonate law enforcement or government officials to extort money or steal personally identifiable information. Now, this in 2024, just last year, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center received over 17,000 complaints regarding government impersonation scams, and victim losses exceeded $1.3 million in Alaska. So the FBI is warning people to take a beat before acting on any of these calls and to resist pressure tactics and take time to assess if these types of situations are real. And also specifically encouraging Alaskans not to provide or verify personally identifiable information to someone they've met online or through unsolicited contact, or specifically have only met online. So those are some of the key points here. The full story can be found on our website, alaskasnewssource.com, and any substantial updates will be found there, as well as our mobile app. So check those sources to get the full story and to learn all the facts in this case, or in these cases, rather. Thank you again for tuning in today to hear about this story and to learn the details. And make sure to, as the FBI had said, to take a beat before acting when contacted in an unsolicited way or online. And have a good day.